Hey y'all, it's your boy Crispin, and today we're going to be talking about some of the things you shouldn't do in Egypt. Of course, it's your boy Crispin. You can call me Hey Crispin. So, are you ready? Take your pen and your papers and wait for me. I'll be right back.
I'm drunk, you're not. Faded on another level, about to leave the spot. Ripping shit down off the walls in the party, but I'm in the back posted, so nobody really noticed live. I don't know how to act.
So, welcome back, guys. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a blessed weekend. Mine is okay. I mean, as you can see, I'm feeling all bougie, I feel very bougie. I'm feeling bougie, So guys, we're gonna be talking about some of the things you shouldn't do in Egypt. Trust me. This video is gonna help a lot of you guys who are planning to go to Egypt, and those who are already there, I know they know what I'm trying to talk about, right? So let's get into it. I remember, I think I just finished school and then I was just bored in Ghana. I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, my friend was like, let's go for a trip. And I'm like, a trip wouldn't be what I'm looking for, but rather I would love to volunteer in Egypt. So I contacted GO. It's called ISEC. I know most of you guys know ISEC. I think the European also have the version. They call it the Erasmus program, yeah, something like that. So I went to Egypt for 6 weeks, but I ended up staying for 4 months. I'll get into that later. So this is what happened. So yeah, I went to Egypt and I was living in Cairo with a lot of foreign students. I mean, we were all like a big family. We all lived in Egypt, in Cairo, in a hostel. The hostel was called I forgot the name of the hostel. Anyway, when I remember, I'll tell you guys. It was in downtown, downtown Cairo. I know everybody who lives in Cairo know downtown Cairo, right? Yes. So guys, that's what really happened. So yes, so I got to Egypt. I got into my hostel. Everything was good. The rep who were like actually hosting us were all very nice people. They were like Egyptians going to Cairo University, the German university, and then American university in Cairo. So everything was good, and I had to volunteer with a lot of children. Sometimes we have to travel like an hour to the school to just like. And these kids were very happy to see us foreign teachers in the class with them. They were so much fun to work with. I really miss those days, But of course, I didn't just go there to volunteer. I also went there to sightsee. And Egypt, what I would like to say is that Egypt is a Muslim country. Obviously it's a Muslim country, okay? It's in the North Africa. I think it's next to Sudan. Some of the things that you can do in your home country, in Egypt, is a no-go area, okay? So what I would like to say is that in Egypt, you really have to be very careful. These are some of the tips I think you should really know if you really want to visit Egypt, so you don't found guilty or found wanting, in the street of Cairo. So let's get into it. So number one, handshakes from the opposite sex. In Egypt, it is forbidden. In fact, it is frowned upon. Like you can't just meet a female and then just hug or shake. Okay. Remember, I didn't know this. I went to Egypt and then I met one of my friend's sister or something like that, and I tried to hug or even handshake. I'm like, no, Crispin, it's not done in Egypt. I understand them. They are very conservative country. They still play by the old rules, that their old traditions is still in power, and still in check, So that's the first trick. Never hug or handshake the opposite sex in Egypt. It's not allowed. You can do it, but not in a public place, okay? And number two, no public display of affection. That is PDA. In fact, it is forbidden for you to kiss or hug or show affection on the streets, especially with the opposite sex, You can do it in your rooms, no problem, but not on the streets, not in Cairo. In fact, not in Egypt. You can't do that. Sometimes I go to a train station waiting for my train and I see this couple kissing and all that. I'm like, are you mad? Are you crazy? And you see, like I said, it's a conservative country, So when you do that and all the people look at you like this, they keep staring at you like, where is this guy from? Like, where do they come from? They always have this mentality that it is the Western thing, It's the kissing and then the hugging and then the handshake. You can still hold hands on the street, no problem, but it is not like okay for Egyptians, okay? You can do it in your private room, don't have a problem with that, but definitely not on the street. So yes, let's move to number three. Number three is the metered taxis. In Cairo, always make sure it's either you are using the Uber or you are using a taxi that has a metered in it. If not, you'll be pretty scammed. Trust me, you will get scammed easily in Cairo. So be very careful. Before you sit in a taxi, make sure the meter is working, and you are also being vigilant. Yeah, some Egyptians tends to be a little bit notorious, a little bit, you know, troublesome with you, especially with foreigners, you know, and especially around the touristic areas like the Giza and then all those neighboring, you know, towns. Yes. And number four is beware of the scams at the tourist places. I'm talking about, especially if you live in Cairo, I'm talking about the pyramids, you know, the pyramids, the Mokatam and all those places. Be very, very careful with those people. There's something that I saw at the pyramids that was really, really weird, you know, very strange. You know, in Egypt, if I go to a pyramid and you go alone, it's always very advisable to go there with somebody, so somebody can take pictures of you. Do you guys really know that if you go to Egypt and Cairo and pyramids and you really want someone to take a picture for you, they really have to take money from you? Yes, in Egypt it's very common there, especially around the pyramids, the Giza. The first time I went, I was like, why do I have to pay money for someone to take pictures for me? I mean, I'm in your country, you know, like, just welcome me, you know. Driving in Egypt is crazy. Be careful, guys. Be very, very careful when crossing the streets. I mean, anybody who has been to Cairo knows what I'm talking about. Look left and look right. Like, guys, you know what I used to do? Usually, I don't cross the streets alone, you know. I will wait. When I see a lot of, like, Egyptian, like 4 or 5 Egyptians, I just go and stand in the middle, you know, then I cross with them. Egyptian's restaurants, okay, when you go to the restaurant, 90% of the restaurants do not serve alcohol. Yes, so don't think you find this, especially if you go to the fancy ones, it's really, really weird. You can only have like fruit juice, you know, have the non-alcoholic drinks, but I can bet you 90% of the restaurants in Cairo do not serve alcohol in the restaurant. Sometimes, so before you sit down to eat, make sure you check the menu if they serve alcohol, especially if you like to drink alcohol once you have your steak or your chicken or something. It's always an extra price for tourist people, you know, in Egypt. Yeah. So I would advise you guys, if you really want to buy something, you should go with a local person. If you go alone, you go and stand there, they're gonna dupe you. Yes. You're a foreigner. They always have the presumption that foreigners have money, you know, like foreigners have rich, like they can afford. So they always want to use you as their meal ticket, you know. So of course, if you want to give them something from your heart, no problem, it's nice. But I mean, be very careful. If you want to buy something, you should go with a local person. For me personally, I had a friend there. Hi, Omar. It's also the locals, they're very nice people. Omar was like my ride or die, you know. Anytime I want to go to buy something, I go with Omar. Omar is a very calm guy, you know. So Omar is good, and he knows most about all the information about tourists, because he's an Egyptian person. So he's kind of, I can relate to him a lot, or he can relate with me a lot. So yes, it's better you go when you want to buy something, go with a local person. Don't go and stand there and bargain yourself or negotiate, because they're going to dupe you. They always double it for you, especially when they see that you're a foreigner, because clearly you don't know the market strategy, right? So never, especially if you want to go and buy those souvenirs, go with a local person, okay, or go with your tour guides, okay, yeah. And also, I also want to mention that in Egypt they have a lot of expatriate activities, like couch surf is very big in Egypt. You know, I remember I met some of the friends that I met them through the couch surfing, even before I even arrived in Egypt. So yeah, and they have expert groups on Facebook whereby you can ask questions and all that. So guys, yeah, sometimes we meet up on weekends with the expatriates. You know, we all meet on weekends and chill. I remember I had my birthday on the Faluka. Faluka is like the boat ride, you know, it's very nice. We said Hurghada, Shamsheikh, Daha, Luxor, and then Aswan. Yeah, I also went to Aswan. So guys, if you go to Egypt, don't just stay in Cairo. Try to explore some parts, because they are beautiful. Look, Egypt has a lot of temples. Trust me, I don't think you can even finish visiting all the temples, because I didn't even finish visiting all the temples. I didn't even have time to finish everything. So there's a lot of things to do in Egypt, and they make it also easier for foreigners to feel comfortable, because in Egypt, especially in Cairo, they have a lot of travel and tour agencies on the street, like on the streets of Cairo. So you can just hop into any office and then discuss with them your itinerary, where you want to go, what you want to see, and they can also offer you their packages. So if you think you are like a solo travel or like a backpacker, I think you should go and talk to these people in Egypt. They are very helpful, and they speak English also. English is very big in Egypt. And they love football. Oh my God. I remember when I said I was from Ghana, they were like, oh, Asamoah Gyan, Abidi Pele, you know, Michael Essien. And they started mentioning players from Ghana, you know, but myself, you know, so it's something, it's very good when your country is very famous or popular for, like, you know, like in Ghana football, you know, yeah, Ghana Black Stars. So guys, Anyway guys, I would just like to end there and say I hope my tips will help you guys who are planning to go to Egypt. Stay safe and be vigilant, okay? I mean, there's crime everywhere. I'm not just saying there's crime in Egypt. Even wherever you are coming from, there are crimes also there. But just be careful. You never know who you're gonna meet. Of course, there are real good people there. I hope and wish you guys are gonna enjoy your stay in Egypt. And like I always say in my videos, Corona is still there. Take care of yourself, and guys, I love you. Once again, it's your boy, Hey Crispin. Until I meet you guys on my next vlog. Bye, y'all.